Windscale, the pride of Britain. Nestled in the picturesque Lake District, the state-of-the-art atom plant has transformed this rugged landscape into the envy of its northern neighbors. Scientific progress waits for no one, and
the public has nothing to fear.
The area will be reopened by Christmas at the latest.
The situation is more complex than was at first understood.
No military expeditions into the area have been lost. Where did you get such an idea?
Perhaps by experts. Oh, no more reconnaissance flights. The interference field is bringing down aircraft like clay pigeons.
Let me be clear. Our experts are monitoring the situation, and I would urge everyone to remain calm. The situation in Cumberland is well in hand.
Is anybody there? I need help. Who are you? What are you doing in here? I thought this place was secure. Where's Dr. Powell?
Hi folks, this is Magpie265. Welcome to Atomfall. We have got a bleeding scientist here, so we best do something about that. Do you need help?
I think I'll be all right. For the moment, at least. It's more important that you listen to me. I don't know who you are, but I could trust you more than I can trust myself. Please listen. Listen, while my thoughts are still my own. You're trapped in the quarantine zone around the windscale atom plant. That's where it all went wrong. The only way to windscale is through the interchange. You'll need my key card, or you'll never get in. There are people, people who will help you escape, but they won't do it for free. I've lost so much blood. I can't think straight. There should be supplies nearby. Alcohol and rest. Stop the bleeding, please.
I mean, I did offer to do that already, but, you know, yeah, we'll see what we can do. Now, a slight confession. Oh, come on. There we go. Yeah, slight confession. I have actually already played this opening sequence already. In fact, I have played a good hour of it. I've got to the first village, and that is because I was recording the first episode of this series, and everything was going great. The episode was good, the game was good, but the sound didn't come out right. It was there. I mean, I've had issues before when my audio hasn't recorded, but that wasn't a problem this time. What happened this time is that, oh, that's the wrong button, was that the sound was all like echoey and like reverberated. It was very strange, and basically it wasn't usable. So we are redoing it, which is frustrating, but it is what it is. There's not a lot I can do about it at this point. So normally I do like to there you go, have your bandage, quit your engine. I do like to play these games without any prior experience. I like to play them alongside you for the first time, so you're seeing everything as I first see it, kind of learning as I learn, and away we go. But obviously this time I do know the basic gist of what's happening, the controls. I have a little idea of how, not a lot, because I haven't gone very far. Oh, come on.
There's still every chance that something bad may happen to me, and you shouldn't be here when it does. If I can ever repay you for helping me, I will. But for your own safety, you should go.
I didn't pick up on that the first time I played through this as well, when he said something bad might happen to him, but we should go. That does tie into a couple things. Oh, shut up, man. A couple things that I've discovered since I started playing, in that this game is not as basic as you think. It's not just you know, a little bit of survival. There's weird stuff occurring, okay? It's not just a nuclear disaster and radiation. The radiation has done things, you know, a little bit like, you know, like how with Fallout you've got, you know, radiated things. That is similar to what this is about. I mean, not in the same way, but along those lines. Now, there is somebody up ahead we are going to have to take out, but that's not an issue. We know how to do rifle ammo.
You tagged me, but I tagged you a bloody sight worse. Show your face.
He's on about the doctor. He thinks that we're him, and we're not. Obviously, we are far more deadly than the doctor. Oh, Jesus.
Off with you, or you'll regret it.
Yeah. He saw me last time as well. It's not a problem. We're just going to circle around this. And then we'll sneak up on him and we'll take him down. That's the wrong button. I can't remember what the button is. Oh well, never mind. We punched him anyway. So, I keep doing that. I keep like moving to click on these things with the mouse, and you don't. If you look away from the body that you're searching, the search menu disappears. So anyway, that is us. I'm just going to have a quick check around here because I don't remember if I checked it for everything, you know, on my first playthrough. Make sure there's nothing hidden around that I can pick up. Now, there are a couple of reasons why I'm very excited about playing this game. One is I've been watching it, like, well, not watching it as such, but keeping an eye on it coming out for a while. And it does look really, really... I did not find this the first time. What do we have in here? Yeah, it does look really, really good, really interesting. But the main reason that I'm excited for playing it is that it is... Oh, there's Dr. Powell. It is set in the northwest of England, in Cumbria, at what used to be called Windscale power plant. It is now called Sellafield. It's not a power plant anymore. It's been long decommissioned. I think it just does like... what's the word, like storage and like refinement, I think, of, or like reprocessing of nuclear fuel now. It's definitely not a power plant anymore anyway, I know that. But that is the area of the country that my family are from. I'm actually from the northeast. I might not sound it, but that is where I am from. But my family, my parents, are from the northwest. My mum's from Whitehaven, my dad's from Workington. I still have a lot of family, cousins and whatnot, all up in there, aunties and uncles and things. And most of my family either do work or have worked for Sellafield at some point. So this is pretty close to home, this game. I mean, not the, you know, the nuclear apocalypse disaster type part of it. At least I hope not. But these are comics, these are collectibles. I did not find that one the last time either. So there's more we have discovered this time on this playthrough. But yeah, so I'm really excited to be playing a game that is set so close to what I know and to where I know and an area in which I know. I mean, I don't think it's going to be realistic in terms of like I'll be spotting landmarks that I recognise and whatnot. I think the area itself is fairly fictional, just from what I've had a look around. It's a great view though. It does remind you of the Lake District. It is set in like the 50s or 60s, so I think they have tried to tie it in with the actual Windscale disaster a little bit. That was a fire at Windscale, that wasn't. It was in the late 50s, I believe. Let's just answer this creepy telephone that keeps ringing.
Must die. Oberon must die.
Okay. Now, the first time I played through this, I did say nothing at that point, and I got the exact same response. The Oberon must die. Now, that phone, well, not specifically that one, but more telephone boxes do ring throughout the game. I've had a couple ring now. So we'll get a little bit more information on them as we go. just flying around this area, I know there's some bits in and around here, and we've got a guy up that direction under the bridge and onwards that we need to deal with, and then we can get a weapon off him. Oh, speaking of weapons, I did not find the knife last time. God, there is so much I missed on my first run through this area. Now, I have to be honest, the game isn't quite what I thought it was going to be. In that it does promise a little bit more in terms of being a survival game when you kind of read up on it and from what I'd seen previously. But it definitely, I mean, survival, is it a survival? No, it's not a survival game. There is no base building, there's no resource gathering, anything like that. It is very much actually, I don't know what type of game you call it. It's not like an RPG. Kind of reminds me a little bit of Dishonored. That's the sort of feel I get from it. That sort of I'm gonna say open world, but it's not properly open world. Not open world like oh, do you know what? Let's just fight him. I can't be bothered trying to sneak up on him. Last time I sneaked up in that grass and took him down, but I can't be bothered waiting. Oof, he does hit hard. There is a kick as well that you can do to kick people back. I just don't know what the button is for it. We'll take both of those. We're just going to sell the truncheon when we get to the town. Don't actually need it, but we'll come in here because this also gets us a note and a key. And that is a note about supplies being in the local town. That takes us through to an old mine, I think, that we're not going to go into just yet. And I don't think there was anything over here. No. There is that herb. I don't know what the herbs are for yet. I've not found the recipe that uses them. You do have to... There is crafting. If I press the right button. If you come into the backpack, you have a crafting menu. But you have to unlock the recipe for things. And I've only unlocked about 2 or 3 recipes so far. Well, obviously, I've got nothing now because I've restarted the game, but I had only unlocked 2 or 3 recipes. Take the cricket bat as well. Don't need the cricket bat, don't need the police truncheon. Neither of those are really that good. I didn't find the knife early on in my last playthrough. So I was making do with the truncheon and the cricket bat, and they're not great. I mean, the knife isn't brilliant. Excuse me. There is a knife I can get. I think it's called a farm knife or something. It's basically like a small machete that I did get when I got to the village. So we'll have a look at getting that when we get there. Now, the stamina works in this as your heart rate. So as your heart rate increases, your vision kind of closes in, your breathing gets heavier, you make more noise and things like that. So that's how the stamina function works. There is a guy over here we can talk to. He is friendly.
Not saying you around this. How do? Where did you come from then?
I have no idea how I got here.
You must have taken
now, one thing I did pick up on while I was recording the first episode is the accents. I've got to address this.
If you don't mind my
like, this is a northeast accent. This guy.
Much like a local. You didn't walk in from from the outside.
Yeah, he's not a local either. He's definitely from the northeast. There is also a lot of
you what?
Welsh accents. I've come across a Scouse accent. There is a lot of Irish. A lot of different accents. I think they've just, when they've done the voice recording for the game, they have just taken any generic northern accent they can think of and thrown it in there and gone, that'll do. So the accents aren't quite right, but you know, for most people that won't be an issue. I mean, it's not really an issue for me either. It's just something that I pick up on straight away.
This place? The quarantine zone. That's what the soldiers called it. Just sort of stuck after a while. It's this big old chunk of land inside the walls. They'd put those buggers up fast enough when it all went to clagging here. My name's Nat, by the way. Forgive me being curious of strangers. This place been off for years. There've been strange happenings. You have to be careful who you trust. Not civilized round here anymore, just savages that roam about. And a few survivors, like myself.
There's a little bit more than just savages. Let's see what he means by that.
There's a bunch who call themselves outlaws. But if you're expecting Robin Hood and his merry men, you're gonna be properly disappointed. Like Shower are ne'er-do-wells and bullies. Keep well away from them, if you want my advice. And there's other things too. Nasty things. I've seen them, and I'm sure we've got the boffins to thank for it.
Yeah, see, now I didn't have this conversation last time. I think I selected a different option. He didn't mention other things, and I do run into that. I did run into them further on in the game, so we'll keep an eye out for that. A little bit away from that yet, but
listen,
we'll see when we get there.
I heard them once, the blokes in noddy suits, the ones that appeared right after the disaster, talking about their quarantine, how they had to seal the place. Said something about an interchange, a secret project. But I should stop talking before I get carried away. Not personal. I can be a right chatterbox, that's all. It's what they chucked me out of the village for, the buggers.
Yeah, we'll talk about the village, because that way he'll mark it on the map for us.
From a certain point of view.
I'm going to skip through some of this, to be honest. We don't need to...
Soldiers moved in. I can point you to it, but no, I'm not sure.
We don't need to listen to all of it.
So long.
That'll do. Thanks for your help.
What's yourself around here, aye?
He doesn't give an awful lot for us, but he does just point you in the direction of the village, marks it on the map. I'll bring the map up actually. So we are here, and the village we want to get to is over here. Now the train station thing is about here. And we are going to head to that first, because that has got some resources for us. And we're going to do a little bit of exploration about... Now, I was a bit wary coming through this on my first playthrough, because with these outlaws and things being around, but they don't attack on sight. There we go, take that shotgun. It's not the best shotgun going, but it is better than nothing. And we're going to... we're not going to bother with that. I don't want that equipped, and I don't want that equipped. We'll put that there. And we'll get that loaded as well. I think we have some shotgun ammo. Yeah, we have 2 shells. Anything else in here? Doesn't appear to be so. Yeah, I kind of thought that they would just, you know, they'd be like, you know, people in most games, in the, if they're not friendly, they kind of attack on sight. But that is not the case. They only sort of attack if you get too close. Even if they see you, they'll kind of, they'll let you back off. You have a threat meter, so that like little suspicion bar that comes up. In fact, I'll show you. We'll go down to this guy down here. Probably kill him actually.
Don't do anything.
So now he's seen us, and we've got our little white suspicion meter that's turned yellow. Now when that fills, then he'll attack. But he's willing to let us back away. You don't have to get involved. See, it's a back away, that goes down. But we're going to have a Barney. We're going to have a right scrap with this guy. Oh, I probably shouldn't have actually, because I've got no health. So let's run away. Did not think that through. Ah, he's following us. Ah, pants. Yes, I am running, you're right. Yeah, didn't think through that I'd already got into a fight previously. I do have a bandage, so we are going to use that. This gives us a little bit of health back, but not a lot.
They've done a runner.
yeah, maybe not the wisest thing to do. Pick a fight when you've got no health. We've got a little cave down here. I mean, there is quite a lot to the map. I mean, this is obviously just one area as well. Where did he go? He went up this direction somewhere. Did he go up this side or that side? He's up this side. Crap, he's coming back down.
Hey, let's just calm down, eh? No need for violence.
Yeah, see, they don't want to fight any more than I do. There are tripwires as well. But we need a skill to disarm them, which I don't have.
Scare them off.
Skills are a little strange in this as well. There are some skills that are available automatically. You just need to save up the points. But you find these, like, tonics dotted around. We should come across one or two of those while we're out and about. Now I need to remember what the takedown button is. It was that I pressed the right button. I just must not have been close enough when I did it. But there we go. That's got him done. We don't want the cricket bat, but we'll take the alcohol. Your inventory's a bit different as well. You've got these larger items you can carry 4 of. And then smaller items you can obviously carry 12 of. In fact, we are going to take that cricket bat. We can always drop it later if we decide we don't want it, but or we come across better things. But anything is of value. The trading is like a barter system in this, so every item doesn't have a value as such, but there's a value that it's worth to the trader that you're dealing with. Some traders prefer some items over others. I think this area is all clear if I remember rightly. That's barred from the other side, so there might be a way in. Just take that, I've already read that. Some of the notes are a little bit nothing. Barred from the other side, so oh, there we go. We'll go under here. Oh, watch out for the tripwire. We'll take the meat. Any food generates your health, and that is the only way that it kind of reminds me of a survival game, is that you do need to eat, but you only need to eat for health. You don't need to eat because you have a hunger or a thirst meter or anything like that. So it's not really a survival game as I would know, and what I would normally play. But like I say, it does remind me very much of like sort of Dishonored, or I can't think of anything else really similar to it. Not off the top of my head anyway. Now, we are getting to the point where we're going to run across some more of these outlaws. And in greater numbers as well. That is the bigger concern. Is one of them, you can take on 3 or 4 of them. I am not in a position to right now. And they do move in packs. You see, I don't know if did you catch there was a couple of them down there. Yeah, see there's like 3 of them down there. I am trying to skim through this as quick as I can because I do know that like there isn't a lot here. Now my first playthrough, the first recording I did of this, I really took my time through this. I did a lot of exploring, but there's not a lot here. I don't want to waste your time looking at stuff that just isn't going to be that interesting. We're just picking up basics. It's just a little introduction to the game, really. Nothing really picks up until you get to the village and you start to talk to people and pick up now what are they called this? They're not called quests, they're like trackable somethings, leads, trackable leads. You get leads of different information to follow. Yeah, see that tripwire would be to that Molotov cocktail there, so we are going to avoid that. And there is one of the training stimulants, so that is how you get your skills. You collect these training stimulants here and then you can spend them to pick things up. Now the only thing we can do at the minute is the kick stagger duration and weapon throwing, neither of which do I particularly want at the minute, so we are going to hold off and try and save up our points as we come across them. Now this is the building over here that I'm heading to. There should be some resources in here for us. Now, not everything you pick up goes in your inventory either.
Don't go asking for... Nice and slow now.
Walking away from you, calm down.
No trouble.
There we go. Right. So now, what we picked up from that pilot in the helicopter was this coded message that said at the train yard there'll be some supplies, a shed in the train yard, which is what has brought us here. So if we come here, there is a note, and if I go into that one, apparently she saw the helicopter come down. I think it's a she. Agravain sounds like a she, but either way, saw the helicopter come down. Have left some supplies for us, and then give us more directions on where to go from here. So that is for or the key we already had is for this. These are our supplies, which is a sticky bomb recipe, so we can learn that, and that now gives us the option to craft sticky bombs. But you need glue, gunpowder, and scrap, and quite a lot. The resource consumption is quite heavy. Now, like I said, not everything goes in your inventory, so this is your inventory for items. Ammo is across the top. You are limited on how much, and then crafting goes, all your crafting resources go here. You can't sell those, you can't do anything with them other than use them for crafting, and they are limited as well. You can fill that. It doesn't show you what the limit is, but you can fill that. So that has give us, if I just go to the map, we've got the water wheels have gone past. I'll just clear these off, get them away. So that has given us a sewer entrance that she suggested we go to, and we've got the village there. Now, what I might do,
Something there.
We're going to go out this way just so we don't pick a fight. Oh crap, there's people out here as well. We're just going to walk away.
Don't go asking for trouble, or you'll get it.
Oh, there's somebody here as well.
No trouble.
No, don't want trouble.
What was that? He wants trouble. Not safe yet.
You can't get too close either. Like, you do have to give them a bit of a wide berth, and it is a little annoying actually, because sometimes they're right in the way. No, he's still, there you go, they're still up for a fight, them lot. This is the sewer entrance. Now, I haven't been down this, I have only been into the town, but I think while we're here, maybe we should have a little look, see what we can find. Search this body actually while we're at it. Found a grenade. Yeah, it makes sense. Let's have a look. This is new to me, and I don't want to just do the same things that I've already done. That's going to be quite boring for me to record, so... I've been recording for half an hour already. That's crazy. I thought I was going through this quite quickly because I'd already done it, but not that much quicker, if I'm honest. So what have we got? Main facility this way. Can't get through that. What did the note say? The last signal before the blackout. Hang on, am I being attacked by something? Yeah, like demonic rats. Aim at the ground and press F to stomp. Oh, is F what the... Crikey. Right. Oh, there's another one. Oh god, where are they? More of them. Nearly dead. And I've got nothing to heal myself with. Well, this has not gone well. We also appear to be... Oh, we were poisoned, but that has worn off. Oh, I can get through there. So, let me have a look again. It's what I was reading there. It said... The last signal originated from the woods. Oh, the storm drain should take me to the woods. Right, okay. Well, I don't need to get to the woods from here. I am okay. I can go through the woods, or to the woods through the town. So that's not an issue. We'll come back out of here. I don't want to push too far on with so little health and with no way of healing myself either, because that is just asking for trouble. So we'll pop up here. The town is only here anyway. Although there is a building just over here that I'll just research, because I'm sure there was some stuff in there. I mean, I can always come back out to this area. It's not, you know, linear like say you can. It's slightly open world. And over we go. I mean, that would only have been a little alarm anyway. That one wouldn't have been the end of the world. Was that, if I picked up a meat? Yeah, let's use that. At least that gives us a little bit of health back. And there is another tripwire at that door there. Let's try and get around the side if we can. Oh. Jumping does use up your, or increase your heart rate as well. Can I not get over that? No, apparently not. That's a little frustrating. Surely I should be able to jump that. Oh, crap. That didn't work. I was supposed to jump that. I think I banged my head on the door frame there and I did not get over. I maybe should have just triggered that and then ran away and come back later, but oh well. It is what it is. We are very nearly dead. It is quite a tough game. We are playing it on Survivor difficulty, and the difficulty selection is actually a little different to what I've seen before, in that it's divided up into categories. So you've got difficulty of survivability, difficulty of exploration, and difficulty of combat. Now, you can choose. The first 3 difficulty levels are where you're choosing for one of them to be more difficult than the other. So you might want a combat-based game, and you choose a higher combat difficulty and then a lower exploration and survivability. We're playing it on Survivor difficulty, which is high difficulty for all 3. And there is one difficulty ahead of that where everything is on like intense difficulty, but I've just gone for the high difficulty.
This village is under military occupation per the quarantine protocol. You're new round here, eh? Which means you're free to enter. Just keep your nose clean, all right?
Sounds good. Can I go now? Thank you. So this is Wyndham Village. This is the main village that we're going to come into, at least for the time being. I don't know if there's anything further on. This is the Scouse woman over here.
Get a lot sources out by kicking the elderly out of the rooms, do you?
I mean, Liverpool is in the northwest, but it's not quite Cumbria northwest.
Keep your nose clean.
So even these are called the protocol. They're basically like the army or the police. Well, they're more the army than the police, but they're acting like police. They have suspicion, like if I get too close to them. See, here we go, I've got suspicion meters. Now, if they're not too bad, like I can get obviously closer than I can with the outlaws and stuff, and they've got giant robots as well. But if I do go into places that I shouldn't, then obviously they will react to that. There are plenty of areas that are considered trespassing. And I've not actually managed to trigger it so far so that they actually attack. I mean, I've tried to avoid that because who wants that? But I have accidentally trespassed a couple times. It is quite easy to do, to be honest. Not always well signed. There are signs. I mean, you should know, but like it's just not always that obvious.
Welcome to Wyndham.
So this is Morris. He is our trader.
But, how is it the soldiers let you in? Did you bribe them? And if you did, what with? Aye, well, I can hazard a guess. Our little Napoleon, the captain that is, he keeps an eye out for folk like you. A stranger might be important. And if you're important, then that's another stepping stone out of the zone, isn't it? Anyway, where are me manners, eh? I'm Morris Wick, owner of this establishment. Take a look at what I have to offer, if you fancy.
That'll do. I'd like to trade. So like I said, it's like a barter system. So they don't have a fixed value. You see, I've got no value when I highlight them. And you have to kind of balance between what you want and what you're giving. So I want that. I definitely want that. So that puts the scales now heavily in my favour. So I need to balance it back out. Now, he doesn't like cricket bats. See how they've got a low value?
Oh.
But 2 are worth more than that. So I can get some bandages. And I also don't... What else do I not want, really? I don't want that. Can I get the painkiller recipe? Maybe if I give up the grenade. No, he's not bothered about a grenade. Grenade doesn't hold a lot of value. There we go. We'll do that trade. I don't think there's anything else we particularly want from him.
Get new stock in now and then.
There we go. So now I can equip that knife. Oh, I can sell that knife, can't I? So we can actually sell that, that, and that. I don't mind selling that because that reduces incoming damage, and I never remember to take them. It's like the potions in Witcher.
Again.
Like, they're great, but only if you really take them before combat, and I never think to. Can we get ourselves a first aid kit? It's highly unlikely. No, I've nothing else to give, so let's come out of that. We can pick up some food from the bakery, but before we do that, let's go have a chat with the leader, the captain. I can't remember his name. Captain something.
Citizens of Wyndham, volunteers are required for work details on scattered...
So this is the village hall. This is where the captain has taken up office. And we're going to have a quick chat with him now, and he will try and get us to be a bit of a snitch on the rest of the citizens. Captain Sims.
Acquaintances, I'm sure. New faces often mean trouble. And yet, they may bring new opportunities, too. Tell me, where have you come from? Really? Well, you're not the first amnesiac I've seen since things went awry. Trauma does strange things to people. In case it wasn't made clear to you on the way in, Wyndham is under the protection of the protocol. You are permitted to move freely through the village. For now, at least. Consider it a gesture of goodwill. I hope it'll be reciprocated. But don't go causing any trouble here. Is that clear? And if trouble finds you, make sure you report it. Post haste. Now, there are certain things I like to discuss with new faces such as you. I would hope a stranger like you can provide me with some information. This isn't Scarborough.
So this is where he's going to want us to find out information on the other citizens and then feed back to him, and we are not up for being snitches, I don't think. That is just not how we roll.
I want to know what you can tell me about the outside.
Oh no, he's going to ask us about the outside. We just told him we don't remember anything.
Let me worry about what to do with it. Trust me. You will be much better off aiding protocol than crossing us. Be under no illusions. We must eradicate the corruption that festers here before there is any hope of leaving this blasted place. If we were to work together, you and I, perhaps we might make some progress towards such an outcome. But step out of line, and I will revoke your liberties here, just as quickly as they were given. So I ask again, did you come from the outside? What do you know? Well, this is
We're not going to tell him anything about the interchange. We're not letting on to any of that.
You were willing to share. We imprison strangers at the first whiff of trouble, but you can keep your liberties for now. I trust that will be more conducive to a timely recollection of your origins. In the meantime, be wary of this place. Do not be tempted to engage with any of the pagan sentiments some of the locals may try to foist on you. Such beliefs are dangerous and forbidden. Do I make myself clear?
Crystal.
And if you still wish to have protocol's aid, you'll just have to make yourself useful to me in other ways.
Now he's going to ask us to snitch.
The civilians in this village are a shady lot. Resistant to discipline and up to no good. I'm sure of it. We can hardly get the time of day out of them. But you're an outsider. They may not trust you exactly, but nor are they immediately suspicious of you. Sniff around. Keep your ears open. If you find anything I should know, come to me with it. If you want somewhere to start, well, we've had our eyes on Iris, the baker. I could send a patrol in, of course, but a softer approach might prove more efficacious.
We're not going to ask him about the interchange because I don't trust him. And I don't think we want to give him any more information than we need to at the minute. So, let's just go speak to Iris. I was about to end the episode, but we could push a couple more minutes. Let's speak to Iris. And she will set us up with the quest for heading... Oh, did I get too close to the robot? Oh, bakery, there we go. We'll get a little bit of an idea of not the quest, but a little lead onto what we might be able to do outside. In fact, actually, we might not be able to.
You're not with the soldiers, are you? I run a lawful place here. Stick to every word of the protocol here.
She's not the chattiest. We do need to find something else to get her to talk.
Oh, well, they get into everybody's business, bunch of busybodies digging around until they find all your secrets. But I've got nothing to hide, nothing at all. I haven't. Secret? I've got no secrets. You don't know what you're mithering about. Now let me know if you're looking to buy something.
I thought I'd take a different tact with her this time. Obviously she's still not willing to chat, but that was to be expected. Let's see if we can get some food off her. Oh wow. Wow, that knife's worth a fortune. Oh, so's the baton apparently. That is all the food we can carry. Can't believe the knife's worth that much. Right, anyway, let's do that. Because we do need...
Good. Fair trade.
We do need some health.
All the time. Might have new things for you if you call back now and again.
So we'll eat a couple of these. There we go. Health is full. Let's nip over to the garage, the town garage, because that is where we will find the note that will give us the information we need to press on and get our lead from her. Here we are. And in here, apart from a bit of scrap and... Oh, we're full on scrap.
Orders be blown.
You're in my way, love. Really? Right, that's what I wanted. That is a note about her husband not being very well, so if we head back over to Iris now, she should be a little more talkative now that we already know what's going on.
Did you want something?
So there we go. Now we can ask directly about her husband.
Doesn't really matter how you know, does it? Look, I'll talk, but only to show you I'm doing nothing wrong. You have to keep quiet about this, please. Me husband, Philip, he went off exploring with one of his pals. Bloody fools, the pair of them. He said they were poking around in an old bunker and walked into a cloud of funny glowing spores or something. And he told me he started hearing voices. He says the voices hurt him. Whatever it was, it made him awful ill. He's not getting any better. Just a bit worse every day.
And that is the voices that we can hear in the background a little bit. Let's find out where the bunker is.
I just know he called it the interchange. Oh, and he said something about the substation behind the pub, though that's off limits to us. The soldiers will string you up for anything these days.
See, I didn't ask that last time.
They don't like you to explore.
And maybe I should have, because that's a bit of a lead, to the interchange, which is what we're looking for.
Buried here plays merry hell with people's minds. Turns them into something not human. Not that any of that happened to my Philip. He's ill, that's all. I just know what the soldiers would do if they found him. You know, we've had one mite of luck. Came by a special tonic, which does something to settle the voices in his head and keep the infection down. At least, while we can get it, it does. But look, what's your interest in all this?
I'm interested in the tonic, because that is going to be useful.
I know where you can get some, though. There's a lady, calls herself Mother Jago, out in Casterfell Woods. Brews the tonic to her own recipe. She lives out by the old mine. I can mark on the map where to find her. And listen, I hate to ask, but could I trouble you to get us some of the tonic? Just a single bottle. We're almost run out.
I'll do what I can.
Bless you, thank you.
Right, see if she's got anything new more. So yeah, there we go. We've got some more food again. Then again, I can't really. No, I'll not trade, because the knife's worth more than that.
Bye now.
So I think that is probably a good place to leave it. Yeah, in the next episode we will set off into the woods and we will actually get the game started. The game does pick up a little bit. This first episode has been a little bit oh god, of like just sort of setting the scene and getting a feel for the place and getting here. But once we head off into the woods, that's where things really start to pick up. We'll meet some new characters, some new factions, and some new creatures. So yeah, that's what we'll do. We'll follow it up in the next episode. So if you have enjoyed the episode, please do click that like button. And if you are interested in where this game is heading and what is lurking, waiting for us in the woods, then please do click that subscribe button to make sure that you don't miss out when the next video airs. Thanks very much. I'll see you next time.